A very good morning. Till the last lecture, we had studied what is the role of police in the investigation of a crime. And the next step after the police files a charge sheet is that the role of the public prosecutor. As I said earlier also, the police will investigate into the matter, collect evidences, witnesses, facts, inquire, investigate, do everything, and then if it finds something wrong has happened, it will file something called a charge sheet against the accused. That charge sheet will be filed in the court. Now when the charge sheet is filed by the police's job is over. It comes to an end. Now the person who is actually the convict, like the accused, supposedly I get involved in a case and somebody has lodged an FIR on me. So the police come and investigate and find that there's something fishy about me, I'm guilty. So the police will file an FIR against me. Fine. So what am I? The accused in the case, and somebody else is accusing me. Now when somebody else is accusing me, that person will file a case in the courts. Now that person is right, I am wrong. I am the guilty, they are the righteous people. Now when they are the righteous people, it has not been proven till now, but I have broken the law of the state. I have gone against the law. So if I have gone against the law, I become the accused, and they will hire somebody named whosoever they hire, the lawyer, they will be called that person will be called the public prosecutor. Why public prosecutor? Because if I have done something wrong, I have defied the law, I have broken the law, it will not be in the interest of me as a citizen to actually defend myself, and the other person has accused me, so that person becomes the representative of the state. I discussed this point earlier also in the Dowry case also, Lakshmi's Dowry case also. That time also it was like state versus Lakshman Kumar. Sudha, her name was state versus Lakshman Kumar. Lakshman Kumar was the accused, and those people, the Women Federation lawyers who were fighting, became the people who had the public prosecutor on their behalf. So what is the role play of the public prosecutor? After the charge sheet is filed, the public prosecutor's work starts. All the filing of papers, the facts, the evidences, the witnesses, all will be studied by him. He will not investigate the case. Investigation is not the work of the public prosecutor. Investigation was the work of the police. They did their job and then they filed an FIR, charge sheet. So they did their job. Now the public prosecutor is going to do all the paperwork on behalf of his client, who is actually the innocent over there in the case, and he will file the case in the court. Now, after he does this, he is actually representing the state because the law has been broken. He is representing the state and he will fight for the state. Okay, so that means his client actually represents the state. Then, what happened? He will he will present the facts and he will argue out. He will cross-question the other people. Then, whatsoever witnesses are produced by the so-called guilty in that case, accused in that case, he will cross-question, he will see what all witnesses are they producing. There would be a one-on-one talk in the court over there. They will fight the case, they will produce witnesses, they will speak on their behalf. When his client is accused, he will have enough amount of explanation along with witnesses and facts to produce, saying that my client is not wrong. So this is the role play of a public prosecutor. Now when there is a public prosecutor who is speaking on behalf of whose fundamental rights have been defied, there will be somebody called, the other party will also have a lawyer called the defense lawyer. So the case is fought by two people who will be representing their clients. The accused will have a defense lawyer, and the person whose fundamental rights have been defined will have a public prosecutor. So the defense lawyer and the public prosecutor, one-on-one, they debate out the case and they produce their own facts and all, and then that's how they produce everything in front of the judge. Now let's see what is the role play of a judge. If you see games being conducted, in every game there is an umpire. An umpire is not biased at all. Okay, he has to see whether the game has been conducted in a fair way or not. Okay, then he will call out what is wrong, what is right. He'll declare the scores as well. That's this thing of the judge, of the umpire. So actually, judge is an umpire in the case. He listens to the public prosecutor and the defense lawyer. Then he keeps noting down which sections of IPC they are talking about, Indian Penal Code, what they are talking about. They quote, like lawyers quote in the terms of law only. This section, this article under the Indian Penal Code states that. That's why I am citing this particular problem from this angle and all. Everything is noted down by the judge. Their arguments, who won which argument, who was proven to be wrong in that particular argument, everything is noted down. So what he does is, the prosecution and the defense is heard by the judge, and what he does after that is, he then, after studying everything, the witnesses, the facts, the evidences about everything, he studies, and then he decides who is the innocent and who is the culprit in the case. Once he decides this, everything is to be under the jurisdiction of law. Okay, he is not God. He is not God that whatever he feels like he will do. He will do under the jurisdiction of the law only. Under the law scanner only, he has to decide whether a person is innocent or guilty. So suppose if somebody out of the two proves to be guilty. Now it is his responsibility to either fine him. Fine means he has to either pay money in accordance to the law only, or he can be sent to jail as well. What will be the term of the sentence would be also decided by the judge only, depending upon the gravity of the crime that has taken place. The maximum punishment which can be given in worst cases is capital punishments, that's hanging to death, and then lifetime imprisonment. For the entire life till that person lives, he has to spend his life in jail. That's the maximum thing you can do in a case if the crime was heinous over there. That's why if that you have seen Nirbhaya case, it was like the crime was beyond anybody's imagination. Think also, like, can humans do this? So all were hung a few months ago, and we saw that all the people who were accused in that case were hung. That was the capital punishment which was given by the Supreme Court, and the President also denied application now, said no to the application what they had produced in front of him, saying that you can give us life imprisonment, please don't hang us to death. But that was said no by the President as well, and they were hung to death. So depends upon what kind of crime they have done, what will be the punishment. Everything, the pronouncing of the verdict would be under the law only, and either sometimes it is fine, or it is jail, or it is sometimes both. Sometimes it is both. So, but the appellate system continues. If in district court you think that you have not got justice, you can go to the High Court, then you go to the Supreme Court. And appellate system continues. So this is the role play of these two people, the public prosecutor and the judge.